Guys, Deluded Goon. No doubt you guys have seen I think it's called the FIFA World Pro XI. For those who don't know what it is, all the professional footballers, I believe 25,000 or just over, get to select who they believe has been the best players performing all over the world, or well, mainly Europe, over the last season or so. There's been 13 players from Real Madrid. I think there's been 30, to put that into context, there's been 13 Premier League players overall in the side. So it shows you that you could argue it's a lot of bias towards Real Madrid. Yes, they won the Champions League, so a lot of their players are going to be in it. But you could argue, like the Ballon d'Or and all these other trophies, it's a bunch of people just stitching up the thing, voting for their mates or voting for whatever. So yeah, it's highlighting as well that I believe Kane is the only Englishman on that list. So that's testament to Kane. It shows how good he is as a footballer. I like Kane, so I like to see him do well. But it is quite shocking that is the only English player to be in it, because there's a lot of good English players. But anyways, let's get into my XI. I'm going to go Buffon in goal, purely because it's Buffon, man. It was kind of heartbreaking. I know the game ain't based on sympathy, but it was kind of heartbreaking not to see him win the Champions League. He put in a number of decent saves in the Champions League, so he was going to be there. I could have went with Noah, and De Gea was good. It was obviously one of the best in the world, so I could have been with him. I'm going to go right back, Dani Alves. You saw him in the Champions League. He starred in the Champions League. He was bagging assists. He was doing his thing in the Champions League for Juventus, and obviously he plays for PSG now. But yeah, based on that, he's got to be in there. I'm going to go with Bonucci. Bonucci, I believe he was very good last season for Juventus. He started in the Champs as well. Ultimately, they didn't get over the line, but by the same logic of Buffon, he makes the side. Sergio Ramos, he's got to be there. He time and time again over the last year, he's been there for Ramos. I can be there for himself, for Real Madrid in vital moments, and stood up to be counted. And although he's a centre half and he shouldn't be judged for scoring, which highlights how crap defending is nowadays, he scored some vital headers to keep them in stuff. And I know I keep saying these certain players from Juventus and Madrid in any of my world XIs and things that I do, but I've now got to put Marcelo at left back. I have to. The last 18 months in particular, the guy's been amazing. There's been no left back close to him. It's Marcelo right now. Then you say the likes of Alaba and all of them guys there, because right now for me there's a big jump in class with Marcelo. He's in a league of his own. It's unfortunate that I believe he's out for the next 1 or 2 months with injury, but he's got to be there. So that's the back 4 or 5, however you want to look at it. Midfield, N'Golo Kante, based on it, yes, I could have went with Casemiro. They won the Champions League, but I think Kante deserves more plaudits. He done his thing for Leicester. He did his thing for Chelsea to go and win their league and turn around their crap season initially. So he's got to be there. I mean, the other 2 players, Modric and Kroos, if you watch football, I don't need to tell you who they are or why they should be there. They started for Real Madrid, helping them win the Champions League. They were extremely consistent and competent. Don't get me wrong, I don't feel Casemiro gets the praise and things that he does for allowing these 2 players to do what they wanted to do, but they deserve it. And could you imagine Kante covering everything and Kroos and Modric just dictating? Nobody's getting that ball. You might as well not play a football match, to be honest with you. The front 3 options are debatable now. For me, we'll go through the middle. I suppose you have to get Messi and Ronaldo in them. I suppose you do. You have to get them both in them, but I don't want to do it. So I'll leave that for you guys, to be honest. I don't have the stats to hand, but who scored more Champions League goals last year out of Messi and Ronaldo? I'll give it to whoever's done that. I'll just go, at the moment, I'll just say Ronaldo, because I'm pretty sure it's him. So I'll say Ronaldo. Next to him, I'm going to go with Mbappe. I know he didn't probably score as much goals as Messi did in the Champions League, but he was a young guy. He was burst upon the scene. He was shining. Ultimately, I can't remember who took them out of the Champions League, but he definitely had a chance where he should have scored. But he turned up to be counted against the likes of Dortmund. I think, did he score against City? I'm sure he did. So yeah, for a young guy who prior to that didn't play any real first-team football, I've got to hail him up. Neymar for me was amazing in the Champions League. I mean, you saw against PSG, he was influential in helping them climb back and from 4-0 down. So he deserves it. So that's my World Pro Player of the Year XI or whatever they call it, to be honest with you. So to recap, Buffon in goal, Alves right back, left back Marcelo, Bonucci and Ramos as the centre halves, Kante, Kroos and Modric in midfield, Mbappe, however you want to say it, on the right, Neymar on the left, Ronaldo/Messi in the middle. I'm going with Ronaldo because at this moment in time, I'm pretty sure he scored more. But yeah, now you could say, why you got Neymar, why you got Kylian in there? You could remove one of them and have Messi and Ronaldo. I don't believe both of them should be in it, to be honest with you. It's not by force for me. I like to play it. I like to highlight other players. I really am not a big fan of... I like the Messi and Ronaldo show because it's amazing. And only when they retired that we realised we saw two players in the prime of their careers together that we haven't seen before. But I also believe it's not by force to just always have them in there, to always make it about them, to act like these are the only two world-class players to ever play football. It does get annoying, and it does turn into a bit of a fest. Anyways, guys, Deluded Goon, I'm signing out. Thank you for watching as usual. I love you guys.